Hey real fam, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Ntabi for those that have just joined in. Thank you so much for being here. And I bet you're here because you want to find out exactly how much I saved to build a home for my family. Of course, you just saw my pretty face and you're like, let me check her out. She looks like a cool person. Whatever the reason is, I appreciate you. And please make sure that you stay. Your notification bells must be on, okay? I post weekly, so there's no way you're gonna miss me, okay? I'm gonna be here in your face. So you might as well just press that notification bell, okay? So, before we start, I just want to say something, right? The most, amazing moment or the proudest moment of my life is being able to build a home for my family. I thought graduating and seeing my parents sitting in the front row, cheering for me. I thought that was like my biggest moment, but actually, this one right here of building a home for my family takes the cup. I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced, and no matter what came my way, I still say is the most beautiful moment ever. And it humbled me in a very big way. It humbled me in a very, very big way. So, just to give you a backstory, I grew up in a shack in a village with my family. I mean, I still have my family, thank God. I'm still blessed with, both my parents, my siblings, and I'm just grateful for that. And having said that, I want you to take note of something. I stayed in the shack, or we stayed in the shack for over 30 years. Over 30 years. And as much as it was home, there were moments where I so wished we had a house. There were moments where I wished we had, better shelter than we had. Not that I was not grateful for the shelter that we had at the time, but I just thought, we could have better. And I'm saying this because there were moments where it would be raining heavily, so windy, and you would actually see the roof, the sank, of course, the shack just opening up a bit. You could actually literally see outside while it was raining, and we would have to obviously put buckets everywhere just to protect our furniture, um, um, electrical equipment, all of those things. So yeah, it was quite an experience. And I can just imagine if we've experienced that. I mean, how was it for, my parents? My parents for as long as they lived. Like, I mean, the fact that it's been over 30 years for me. What about them, right? But anyway, um, this humbles me and it makes me feel proud and very grateful to God because it's something that I've actually wanted. I've written down. I've written my vision down. Where there's no vision, the people perish, right? So I wrote it all down, and if I can just give you the order of what I wrote down. So before I get there, so this is what I did. Obviously, growing up young as I was, I looked at the situation. I wished for better, but at the same time, I was filled with so much pain. It was painful to see us living in a shack, right? It wasn't like I didn't feel good about that. But at the same time, I humbled myself and I also got to a point where I started appreciating what I have because I mean, growing up in a village or staying in the village, you would actually realize that a lot of people out there are struggling. Not that I was comparing myself with people or anything like that. Or maybe I was young. Probably I was somehow trying to compare. But one thing for sure, I got to appreciate what I had, because there were people out there that did not even have shelter. There were people out there that had shacks that were just, in the worst condition. I feel like um, ours was beautiful, you know. My mom, obviously, she built the baby just stoop. I don't know. It's a floor, right? Where you obviously apply polish, and then obviously you just make it shine and all that. My mom, guys, my mom made sure, like, whoever visited our home, obviously while it was still a shack, now it's tiles, but still her home is clean, is beautiful. She has always been that person, and I'm glad that I got to learn that from her, and because I applied that as well. Whenever you get into a house, it's a shack, but it's shining, it's beautiful. And it also, that also made me think about, the power of preparation, or the power of just making, what the power of accepting the situation, or being comfortable, not, what's the word, I'm trying to find the word, the power of accepting the things that you cannot change, and the power of making things work. And I think I spoke about this the other day on my channel, that if you find yourself in a situation, find a way to make it work, right? So as much as there were those conditions where it would be raining and whatnot, all those things, but um, I don't think I've ever felt the gap of not being in a homey family, or in a very warm home or shelter. I mean, I felt the love, and I think I'm happy with my experience, because, and I'm actually grateful that God blessed me with parents that were able to, try whatever they can to just make sure that we are happy, we are in a safe space, and I'm grateful for all of that. Now, I'm gonna tell you the order. I think obviously this is very important to me, because it's something that I had written down, right? Where there's no vision, the people perish, right? So I had a diary. I think I got that diary on my 17th birthday. Yeah, I think so, if I'm not mistaken. So I wrote down a list of the things that I wish to accomplish. Obviously, as I was growing up, starting to, open my eyes, to see life, and I realized that, what, I want better. I want to change the situation at home. I want to build a home for my family. So I had a list, and I'll tell you the order. So number one was, okay, the things, my goals. Number one was to pass my matric. Number two, go to university. Number three, graduate from university. Number four, work, right? Number five, build a home for my family. Number six, buy myself a car. Number seven, get married. Number eight, have kids, right? So, this order, what did I achieve? I was able to go to school, pass my matric, go to tertiary, graduate. Um, what's the fourth one? Um, get a job, yes. And I'll tell you a little bit about the kind of jobs that I got. Get a job, and then after that, build a home, and then the sixth one, buy a car. So the sixth one, I did not do it. Instead, I opened a business. So I started my business. I opened my business, registered my business, and I started working on that. I think the money that I would get on my business helped me to obviously build the home as well, right? It was part of the income that helped me be able to save enough to build a home for my family. So, which means that the car had to wait. Well, obviously, some people, they don't have a choice. Their work demands they have a car and everything. But for me, I had the flexibility of using whatever, how train, taxis, get a lift club, whatever I could do. Or even better, I also loved convenience. If possible, I would stay closer to where I work, and life would be great for me. So yeah, that was replaced by the business, and then the marriage one. Yeah, here I am. Kids, no kids yet, but yeah, we're waiting on God. So yeah, anyway, fast forward, I never worked. I never had one job. And I'm telling you this because this is where now you have to take note. I never had I never had one job. Even before I got like my very first formal employment, or should I say a permanent employment, I was a tutor. I was a tutor at the same time, running my business on the side, doing designs for people and getting paid for that, um, as a tutor as well. So I was getting two incomes basically. Even when I got a temporary position, the same thing happens. I mean, the same thing happened. I still continue to work on my other business. In actual fact, where there was a chance to actually add, another business, I would do it. If I'm able to get more income and I have the time to do other things, I would do it. And yeah, I got permanent employment and I still had my business, but of course I had to make sure that I prioritize and all of that. So that's how I got to save. That's how I got to be able to have enough to build a home for my family. But having said that, guys, obviously building a home is different for everyone. Luckily for me, I'm from a village. I don't need to pay for the land or anything like that, or buy land. You can buy. I mean, my parents bought that land years back. It was probably 5 rand when they bought it. So I mean, they've had it for a while, right? So my responsibility was to build the home. So I remember, okay, I'm gonna give you an estimate, not everything, just to give you an idea, right? So I spent, plus or minus 300K, right? 300K on building a home, and I had saved like over 100K, right? And that 100K was not enough. Of course, it really wasn't enough. So I also had to, you know, get a home loan. I had to do that, which fortunately I'm able to just, I'm sure by the end of this year it will be all paid up, right? So I had to do that. And then I also opened an account with Build It. So Build It is a company where you can buy house materials, cement, bricks, everything. You can get everything, even furnish, like not a furniture. I mean, like your bathroom, like everything, right? Tiles, all of that. So I had an account. I opened an account with them, and every month I would put money there. So that's how I was also able to, save up, because I would know that, okay, this money is for labor, this one is for the bricks, this one is for, so I was able to do that. And so yeah, that's basically how I managed to save. And that is not all, guys. One thing that you need to note is that, I mean, there would be times where it's month end and I just want to spoil myself with a nice dress or jean or whatever, or just buy myself clothes. But I had to, prioritize, and I had to wear the same clothes for a while. I would want to treat myself, go out for dinner, or buy myself perfume. I had to pause and just you know sacrifice. And I knew that obviously it's a temporary thing, but like every time it's like it's like having a baby, right? After having a baby, this is what most of, especially my friends, yeah, those are the people that I got to interact with that have kids. When they get to a shop after having kids, they are there to buy themselves, like buy clothes for themselves. But when they get there, they see kids' clothes, they forget about themselves and they just buy for the kids. Even if the child has enough clothes, they still do. So with me, it was like that for that season, where when I get to a shop and I want to buy myself something nice, I remember that a pack of cement is this much, and what I'm gonna buy is 1, 2, 3, and this pack of cement can actually cover 1, 2, 3, or half of a room, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I had to really look into that, right? But basically, that's my quick little story. I hope it wasn't too long. So yeah, and I'm hoping, okay, what do I want you to take from this video, or what do I want you to achieve from this video? So my wish is for you to realize that if you want something, if you want something to happen in your life, if you want it that bad, you will do whatever it takes. And having said that, understand that there will be moments where you need to sacrifice certain things. Temporarily, of course, there will be times where you need to sacrifice all the nice things to have, for the sake of achieving that particular goal. And the most fulfilling part about this is that once that is done, you can sit and look back and go like, wow, and you get to celebrate, have the nice time and do whatever that you wish to do, with more, how can I explain it? I feel like celebrating it, or having that moment, it makes it even more special, because you are celebrating not just one but two achievements, right? And at the same time, do not deny yourself the opportunity to live. I mean, life is too short. Listen, for me, like, it was hard for me to go into a shop, buy myself something. I know that, I mean, sometimes you can just spend, 500 rand, get yourself something. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. But for me, it was hurting at the time. I was like, no, I cannot. I was sacrificing it. But I guess I had a goal, and I was focused on that, and my mind was set on that. So yeah, I don't know what you're thinking of doing right now. I don't know what's on your pipeline, what's on the pipeline. I don't know what you wish to accomplish. I don't know what you have written in your diary right now in terms of goal setting. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, understand that it's not impossible. I mean, take this as inspiration. Take this as an opportunity for you to inspire someone else, right? And I'm glad that you got to watch this until this time, and of course, take in all you can. Mike Todd's book, Crazy Faith, spoke a lot about the importance of testifying. So this is a testimony for me, and there was a time where I just felt like talking about where I come from, my situation, growing up in the shack, blah 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 blah, it's overrated and all that. But after reading Mike Todd's book, Crazy Faith, I realized that actually, my story is actually healing to someone. My story, it's inspiration to someone else. My story is it's just something that will what give someone hope. So there's something great about my story. So I'm hoping that you took something out of this. So yeah, with that said, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching Real Fam. If it's your first time, you haven't subscribed, please do the right thing, subscribe to my channel. I'll appreciate that so much. Like for the algorithm, share it with whoever you think can benefit from it. And yeah, that's it from me. I love you, I appreciate you, and please don't forget to make today count. I love you always. Cheers for now.